Happy Halloween! Thank you so much for returning. We're back at my 1980 C3 Corvette. The progress that I've made has been exponential. I think that's how you say that word. I did my boot last week. I sewed that up, took that sewing machine out of the closet. That in itself was quite a feat. And I'm ready to actually start assembling the center console. I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to get to it. Just gonna go for it. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. Let's get our supplies ready. The elusive spider. This thing taunts me. I can't find him. I saw him once. He was huge. Alright, I need to take these switches off. I have them wrapped in cloth because they kept touching things and shorting out. One down, one up. I'll never remember that. I'm gonna carry these gingerly. What the heck went here? It's the defroster temperature control plate. The defrost stuff, which I don't have anymore because I don't have any defroster or air conditioning or heater or nothing. So let me make a little piece of plastic to go right there. Just some plastic I got on Amazon that I make things with. Yes. Yes, I can cut it. Well aware that these are not the screws that go here, but that's what I have left. Defroster now. If anybody's looking for Christmas ideas for your local YouTube mechanic here, a ratcheting 7mm would change my life. So this little faceplate that I made, it was some Amazon plastic, and I am using Gorilla Glue tape to tape it down. It's going to be strong enough. No one's going to be pushing on it. Sometimes, or actually a lot of time, the way I work on my car is under this fantasy land that I'll never have to undo something, right? So as I'm making this abomination under here with tape and Velcro and all this stuff, in my head, I'm thinking I'll never have to see this again, you know, one and done. What usually ends up happening, of course, is I usually have to take it apart for something. I remember my Mustang console, I've had to take it apart like 4 different times since I've refinished it. Broke every single clip off that new console too. This spark plug holder is actually perfect for holding this down and securing it. I save everything like a crazy person and it comes in handy. Perfect. Well, it's only gonna fit on one side, but that's okay. I think it's pretty secure. Okay, this is my freshly painted ashtray cover. stopping this from opening. So much for my brilliant idea. Looks really good. I got new switches. I just made this little plate to block off where the AC defroster and all that stuff goes because I'm not gonna have that. And defroster, the ashtray, the new boot. Let's see if I cannot scratch this thing up while installing it. Before I can proceed, I must take the seat out once again. I think there's going to be some people mad at me for doing this, but I'm not gonna use it. There's just nothing I'm gonna do with it. I'll be a hoarder. It's hard to see, but there's these little 7mm screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them, right here. I don't have a ratcheting 7mm, so I'm gonna be here till Christmas. This screw on the back, it's got this one here that's no way gonna line up because this piece stops it, so forget it. And then this piece, and then this connects to this, but it's kind of not lining up, so probably gonna crack the whole thing. So that is how it connects. Fascinating. Of course I didn't bring my screw. Yes, I did. Yes, I did bring my screwdriver. Totally unrelated, but somewhat related because this is a Corvette, is a story about my sister and I and this game that we used to play. I don't know how it started, but when we were kids, we would play a game on who could spot the most Corvettes. So if you saw a Corvette on the road driving, you'd yell, "Corvette, Corvette, Corvette!" But you'd have to do it in like a funny voice. So it was like, "Corvette, Corvette, Corvette," or like something equally obnoxious. And whoever spotted the most Corvettes for that day, I don't remember what the prize was. I think it was either like you get punched or you don't get punched. I'm sure it had to do something with physical pain. But yeah, so that was the game that we would play. Instead of like Slug Bug, it was the Corvette game. And then I grew up and I won because I own all the Corvettes and she has no Corvettes. So if she's watching this, just know I won. I beat you. Anyways, for those of you who are squeamish, look away because what I'm doing with this long screwdriver is probably going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but it must be done because there's something wrong. It's this tunnel that was like misshapen, or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself to sleep at night after what I did. Either it will stretch and conform, or it's gonna break. I thought I'd be okay with the fact that this hole is exposed, but after doing all this work, I'm not gonna be okay with it. Now, I eventually do plan on putting a stereo system in there, but that is in the distant future with no exact date in mind. So until then, I'm going to put this little faceplate on. Using this handy dandy plastic that I got from Amazon. It's like, I don't know, $5, something like that. And some Velcro so I can easily undo what I am doing. I have made the plate. I hadn't realized that it has this protective layer of plastic on, so I did have to peel it from that other plate that I made, and I almost pushed the whole dang thing through. Even after going on about how no one's going to push on it, I was pushing it to get the plastic off. Anyways, how nice does that look, right? All right, that'll do. So for my stick shift ball, I do want to get a new one because this is just so generic and basic. It's not bad, but I want to get something new. I've never been a fan of those T-handle shifters, but I don't have one, and it might be kind of cool. I've never shifted with one before. What do you guys think? Should I get a T-handle or something more traditional, or just leave it as is? This isn't working out. Since the alignment's just not perfect, when I'm going to put these side pieces in, the holes aren't matching up with where they need to be. So I'm going to do, my favorite thing to do is, I'm looking for my self-tapping screws. We'll see how these work. Now keep in mind, these panels I got, I think they were like $30, and they are so cheap. They are a hair away from just being cardboard. But the ones in the car were even worse. They were like made of old plywood, definitely not OEM, and they were warped and falling apart, and they smelled like mildew. So I had no choice. I had to buy new ones. Yes, I could have made new ones out of wood, something more appropriate and sturdy, but then I would have had to like get out my saw. I don't even know where my saw is. I probably would have had to buy a new saw. So I just have to be mindful as I'm screwing these in that they're about a second away from just cracking. And each side has 3 screws. Miraculously, the last one lined up every single time. The other 2 I had to use my self-tapping. It was about as hard as I thought it would be. Maybe a little less hard, but more on the frustration side. Let's take a look at what it looks like. I still can't believe I was able to get it all to fit. My center tunnel, you know, where the frickin' transmission is underneath there, that was pushed down, which if it was pushed down, the brackets are pushed down too, so my console face wasn't lining up. I got this handy dandy giant screwdriver. This piece here is a prized possession. My neighbor actually gave it to me, and it has helped with numerous things. It's a very much like a Renaissance tool. It's a jack of all trades and master of none. You can use it for anything, but it's not suitable for everything. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at what we've done. Wow. And the seat's gonna go there, so it'll cover up any imperfections. Like here, there's a slight gap. There's nothing I could do about it. So, you know, whatever, no one's gonna see it. I mean, only everyone watching this video is gonna see it. My boot looks good. All my new buttons, my plastic face plates look good. The more I look at this, the more I don't want that stupid seat that I got. I'm still gonna try it, see what it looks like. But this looks freaking good. Looks really good. Looks better than I thought it would. I'm so relieved that that's over with. It was like the main centerpiece of the interior other than the seats. I will look at what it costs to just buy new replacement seats. The more work I've put into how beautiful that center console looks, the less I want to put some goofy ass Sarapa seats in there, unfortunately. I thought it could be fun. I thought I could be fun and let go of that, you know, strive to make things a certain way. And I can't. It's just the way I am. So anyways, we'll see. I mean, if they're like $2,000, then screw it. Serape it is. Serape? Serape. Baja buggy, baby. Well, on to the next thing, which will be, I've got the door seals, the seat obviously to bolt in. We got to clean up that rear trim piece. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever, you'll see next week. It's going to be really exciting. I promise. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good weekend. Here it is, my baby. Actually, this thing is completely stuck. I've never really done anything to it. It was in really good condition when I got it. The only thing I did was like, I added this little plate, which is not sitting right here. There. And I replaced this shifter lens here that was cracked. I need a new window felt there, but I'm really not, I don't know, it's not high on my to-do list. Other than that, I feel like I've never really developed an emotional connection to this car because I haven't really done much on it. And actually, I take that back. I did replace the fuel pump, and I also replaced the AIC, I can't think of it right now, but the air idle control, whatever. Oh my gosh, I have a cold. I can't think. I replaced the throttle position sensor too at one point. So I've done a little bit, but I just haven't spent enough time with this car. I don't feel like super emotionally connected to it, but I do love the car. Anyways, let's go drive around town. Anyways, she had saved all the receipts for every bit of work she ever had done to this car. So she had a full-on engine overhaul done at, I think it was like 94,000 miles. She had replaced she had replaced the roof at one point, which I can't think of the name of it right now. Every oil change, every freaking tune-up she did, everything. She saved all the receipts in a manila folder. And when I bought this car, you know, I bought it from a random stranger that just happened to live in my neighborhood. It was his mom's car. She had died and he was selling it. And so he handed over me all the booklets. She had a battery tender. She had a target top case. I mean, she took such good care of this car. I did find one funny thing though in the glove box. And oh crap, my car just died. And it was a alright, this is not working out. I'm gonna make a U-turn and go back home. Burger King is not in my clouds. King sounded really good right now, but getting stranded on the way to Burger King when I've got work to do, it's too risky. And now it's running fine, but the oil pressure does, at idle, it decreases to like 15, 16, and then when I'm driving it's about 40. Why can't all my cars just be running in perfect shape all the time? Why?